Steve, it's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to Notre Dame. What's it been like the first couple of weeks?
It's been really good. I'm just getting adjusted. I'm sure all the other guys said it too, but just getting classes going and getting in the routine and getting used to working out every day in the morning, that kind of thing.
Why'd you decide to enroll early?
It made the most sense to me. I could have stayed home. I could have finished up my senior year, which I would have loved to have been with my friends for a little bit longer, but sitting at home in Midland spinning my wheels for a second semester my senior year was not going to do me any good, and not nearly as much as I could have accomplished here. So
I know you're a really good student. How hard was it, though, for you to get everything done in time to graduate early?
It wasn't that bad. I mean, I ended up not having too much of a stretch to graduate early because I took some Spanish classes that counted for high school credit in middle school, which I didn't know at the time, but it kind of set me up to do this now. So
now, you attended Notre Dame's night game loss at Michigan a couple of years ago. You were being recruited by Michigan as well, and yet that game helped solidify your decision. You came away from that game thinking, I'm going to Notre Dame. What happened at that game?
Well, I went into the game. Obviously, like you said, I was recruited by Michigan as well, and I was their guest. So I was, those were, I thought, my final two. I was definitely leaning towards Notre Dame, but I wanted to go in there, and I figured, this game, they're both good schools. I just got to see which one, where my heart goes here. And in the last quarter or so, it's just the stadium was electric, and that was the test. If I couldn't root for Michigan in that environment, that was insane. If I couldn't root for Michigan then, and I was still with Notre Dame at that moment in time, then I had to go. So.
Now, you helped your high school team up in Midland, Michigan rush for more than 2,000 yards last year as an offensive lineman. Talk about your skills as a lineman.
I've worked really hard on my leg strength. I feel like I'm coming to school with legs that are, almost, where I should be with, freshmen here. And, obviously I still have a lot of work to do, but worked a lot on my technique in high school and my pass pro especially. Run blocking in high school is, not as technique oriented, but it is here for sure. But yeah.
You were recruited by a couple of guys with a lot of experience coaching, Chuck Martin and Harry Heastand. What was that process like for you?
It was awesome getting to know both those guys. Coach Martin I knew since the spring game 2 years ago, I think. Mm-hmm. So, but I've known him for a long time. Coach Heastand a little bit later, but they're both fantastic guys and both great recruiters. And they didn't have to recruit me very much, so we ended up spending most of the time just getting to know each other and that sort of thing.
I've often talked with former linemen, some of who I've done shows with, just about the cerebral nature of being an offensive lineman. A lot of folks don't understand it, but it's not just the ball snaps and you knock the guy in front of you over. So what kind of sense have you gotten about the kind of teacher that Harry Heastand is?
Well, I was at camp this summer, just to learn some technique before I went back to school for our season, which definitely helped me out. But he can get fired up, which is what you need in a coach, but he knows his stuff. I mean, he wouldn't be here if he didn't, and he's been with the Bears for a long time. He's been with Illinois forever, and Tennessee, and a bunch of other places. So he hasn't changed his stuff since he began. So he learned from the best, and he's carried it through.
In addition to being an outstanding football player and student at Midland High, you were also very involved in student government. Why did you get involved with student government?
It was just something I wanted to do to help my school out. Thought I'd give it a shot. A lot of my friends did it too, so I don't know. I just didn't feel right just kind of rolling with everything. I thought, getting involved is the way to do it.
And that's part of the experience of a Notre Dame student, any Notre Dame student, but student athletes as well. They encourage you to get involved in many different things. Did all the opportunities that you have to get involved in different things here at the university appeal to you during the recruiting process?
Yeah, they definitely did. Football being the biggest one, but I wanted to, maybe not even just that kind of thing, but the dorm life was probably one of the biggest things that appealed to me. I don't know about everybody, but I thought that was just the coolest thing was, you're with you're not just with football players, you're with all these guys, and you have a big family at your dorm. And you can get involved within your dorm, you can get involved, Knights of Columbus, all these, there's 300 different student organizations, so yeah, incredible opportunity.
You were the first player to commit in this recruiting class. Was it hard to be the first one?
No.
Was it fun to be the first one?
It was kind of fun to be the first one. It was lonely for a while, but once things started rolling, it really it picked up quick.
I also read where you were very impressed on your visit with the football facilities here at Notre Dame. What impressed you?
I think, you know, a lot of places have, you know, great facilities, but I think, you know, these facilities here, the Guglielmino athletic complex, is just, it looks like all the other buildings in Notre Dame. It looks, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but if you've been to Notre Dame, you know what I'm talking about. But it doesn't look like, you know, a big athletic complex. It looks like, you know, like a castle. I don't know. It's just awesome.
Anybody who's gone to college knows it helps to have a good roommate. Right now, you're rooming with Corey Robinson. How's that working out?
It's working out great. Corey's a great kid and comes from a great family, and you know, really hard worker, and he's going to do good things here too.
What are your expectations for your first spring practice?
Probably going to get kicked around a little bit, but I'm ready. But I just want to get in there and work with these guys as soon as that's why I came here early. So got to get that out of the way.
I'm asking everybody this, and sometimes it's a fascinating answer, and sometimes there is no answer. But can you tell me one thing that you think the fans don't know about you that they would find interesting to know about you?
I guess I'm a huge Seinfeld fan.
Oh, really?
It's my favorite show by far. Nothing beats it.
Favorite character?
Oh, man. I have to say George.
Yep, I think it's a favorite character for just about everybody. As we wrap this up, best thing so far, and I know it's only been a few weeks, but what's the best thing so far about being a student here at Notre Dame?
I just love walking through the campus every day. You know, I get out at, you know, it's 6:30 when I leave, or 6:20 when I leave my dorm, but, you know, I'm just walking through and just seeing all the buildings and just being here. You know, walking to and from class, seeing like Golden Dome, seeing the Basilica. You know, just I hope I don't lose that. I hope I don't lose that excitement every time I see all that stuff. But it's just amazing. If
you believe Regis Philbin, it only gets better as the years go by.
I hope so.
Steve, pleasure to meet you. Welcome. Thank you.